still takes me. You're the one who proves it wrong. Mirror cracked and truth spilled wide. I see the girl I used to hide. She wore down like a heavy coat. Now she's shedding all that rope. Feet on fire, but my path is clear. Every scar's just a souvenir. I whisper dreams into the wind. It's time to let the rise begin. Hear that voice calling, calling me. It's the sound of who I'm meant to be. Rise and shine, I'm breaking through the chains I wore. They never knew faith in my step. Discipline, my sword, answering the call. My future roar. Shine, I'm breaking through the chains I wore. They never knew faith in my step. Discipline, my sword, answering the call. My future roar. Used to stumble, used to fall, built a mountain out of it all. Face my rhythm, I'm on beat, walking tall on broken streets. The old me's watching, saying go. She's the roots, but I'm the growth. Turn my fear into a crown. Can't nobody hold me down. Hear that voice calling, calling me. It's the sound of who I'm meant to be. Rise and shine, I'm breaking through the chains I wore. They never knew faith in my step. Discipline, my sword, answering the call. My future roar and shine, I'm breaking through the chains I wore. They never knew faith in my step. Discipline, my sword, answering the call. My future Light up the dark, I'm on fire tonight. Every heartbeat dancing in the fight. Shadows behind me, I leave them there. Breathing in freedom, no fear in the air. Hands to the sky, I claim my space. Every misstep, I embrace. From the ashes, I ignite. This is my rise, my power, my light. Walking through storms, but I stand tall. Every stumble was worth it all. Rhythms in my soul, beat in my chest. Dancing forward, I give my best. Echoes of doubt fade away. Sunrise calling a brand new day. Step by step, I own my ground. In this rhythm, I'm unbound. Hear that voice calling, calling me. It's the sound of who I'm meant to be. Rise and shine, I'm breaking through the chains I wore. They never knew faith in my step. Discipline, my sword, answering the call. My future rise and shine, I'm breaking through the chains I wore. They never knew faith in my step. Discipline, my sword, answering the call. My future let it rise. Claim the skies. Breaking through. This is you.
L'ombra cade ma io sono qui, una stella nascosta che vuole salir. Il mondo è grande ma non troppo per me. Guarda come splendo come un fuoco nel caffè. E il cielo grida il mio nome. Non c'è paura, non c'è errore. Alzati, alzati, è il mio momento. Brillo forte come un firmamento. Rise and shine.
mie scarpe rotte ma l'anima è assoluta. Le luci si accendono, il palco è mio, ogni passo, ogni sogno un addio. E il vento mi spinge avanti, non si ferma, i miei passi danzanti.
Alzati, alzati, è il mio momento, brillo forte come un firmamento. Rise and shine, la notte va via, questa è la mia melodia.
Your shadow falls, but I am here too, a hidden star, and I wanna rise with you. The world is big, but not too wide for us. Watch me shine, and together we trust.
In the sky, calls our names as one. No fear, no mistake. Our journey's begun.
Rise up, it's our shared moment. We shine bright like a firmament. Rise and shine, the night drifts away. This is our melody, hear us say. Yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Alarm at 6, same cracked screen, coffee stain on your old blue jeans. Clock keeps asking why you still here. You take one more note to the mirror. Every doubt talks so loud, every bill feels like a crowd, but your hand's still shaking. Time to something bigger in your mind. Keep the faith in your dreams when the world feels heavy at the seams. When it all falls apart, hold the picture in your heart. Keep the faith in your dreams, even when they laugh, when they leave, when the night feels too long. You're the one who proves it wrong, 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 wrong. Bus stop rain soaks your plan. You hum that line only you understand. Friends move on to the safer track. You feel that pull and you pull right back. Every never, every wait writes you off as coming late, but your fire doesn't check the time. It just burns and calls it light. Keep the faith in your dreams when the world feels heavy at the seams. When it all falls apart, hold the picture in your heart. Keep the faith in your dreams, even when they laugh, when they leave, when the night feels too long. You're the one who proves it. One small step on a quiet Tuesday. One small yes when it all says walk away. Close your eyes, breathe it in, then 3. Say if it takes all night, it still takes me. Keep the faith in your dreams when the world feels heavy at the seams. When it all falls apart, hold the picture in your heart. Keep the faith in your dreams, even when they laugh, when they leave, when the night feels too long. You're the one who proves it wrong.
Hey everybody.
One who proves it wrong.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh, my palette. Hang on. Have to eventually someday fix my computer. All right. I have to fix it over here. Awesome. All right. Cool, cool. Hope everybody's doing okay. We're doing the apple. This is my, like the pencil sketch of the image instead of just a copy. Although it came out really dark. So, we'll still, I think it'll still be helpful in tracing. Okay. Turn off the lights. It's so hard to see. It's still hard to see. I should have made it a lighter version. Oh well. I'm trying to see if I happen to have it, but I doubt it. Okay, anyway. It's way too dark. But it's okay. I just really need the highlights. So let me get the reference image for myself. Where did it go? Coral green, apple. Okay. All right, let me tape this down. Where's my tape? I heard I was watching YouTube videos. I forget his name, the vidIQ guy. He was saying, what did he say? Oh, habits beat hustle, which was really cool because it's true. And when I was, oh, there's no music. Hang on. I'll play this one. All right. Let me know if that's too quiet or if it's just right or whatever. So I forget his name on vidIQ, the guy with the glasses. He was saying that habits beat hustle, which is very true. Unfortunately, when I was in school, I would always wait till last minute and then hustle to finish a project. And I did well doing things that way, even like tests. I would like kind of wait till last minute kind of thing to study for it. So I've always kind of gotten rewarded for that, because that's what I would do. Unless I enjoyed the subject, then I was always kind of studying it or hanging out about the topic. How do I want to set this? But yeah, habit, once you get it, in the beginning it's hard, but once you get a habit, it's like part of your world, part of who you are. And it's like breathing, it becomes easy. So I used to think, oh, I'm terrible at being consistent because, I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel. I'm horrible. I would start and then I'd like put my all into it, not kind of my all, but like really push for it. And then get burned out and then quit and like stop doing anything at all and then start up again. Same thing with streaming. I would start streaming and then stop for a long time, like 6 months, and then start up again. And so I would not learn things. There's my cat, just came into the room. But yeah, habit, if you make it a habit, like I've always wanted to do daily painting as a habit because you get better just by doing whatever it is. Because you naturally want to improve, at least most people naturally focus on improving. And that's I even did a video on this. Practice, you have to have an intention, you have to have a goal. And right now my goal for the daily or for the live streaming is just to make it into a habit so that it feels uncomfortable if I don't do it. But yeah, but he was right. He's right about, you know, hustle or habits beat hustle, because habits makes it way easier than trying to hustle. Hustle, it turns into burnout when you do it for too long. Hustle's okay, like for a short amount of time. But if you want it to be your thing, it kind of needs to be a habit, not hustle. Right? To me, that makes sense. So it's just nice to think about and nice to kind of settle into making anything a habit if it's something you want to build. So if it's anything you want to improve, it's going to have to become a habit. All right, so now we got that secured. Just so it's easier for you guys to see without the bright lights over here. It's still so dark. There, that's the brightest I can make it. Okay. So instead of graphite, I'm going to use ethergraph. For me, it happened to be at the end of this DaVinci brush. They call it a silver tip. I have 2 of them. I think they only make 2 of them. And they're very helpful for sketching things out on watercolor paper, because then you don't have to lift it when it's graphite. Graphite gets a little bit messy and you have to lift out, like you have to spend your time lifting it with a kneaded eraser. But with an ethergraph, at least what I found, is that it makes it so, the lines are so light that you don't even have to adjust it. And I don't even think you can, because I think once you lay it down, it's permanent, because it's some kind of reaction to the paper. But now I've started using it regularly and I really like it. All right, so we're just going to transfer guidelines. So this is basically the step after you've done your composition, you put it all together, or your sketch, and you've got it all nailed, like all the proportions and perspective and all that, right? You got your sketch done, you've got your composition done. Now you're transferring it to watercolor paper for painting. And that's what this step is. You're just transferring your composition onto watercolor paper for the painting of it. Because you don't really want to paint on paper that you've, erased and, done a lot of work on, because the fibers get kind of messed up and the paint will react differently to the different textures of the fibers. So you always would like, the best practice is to transfer your finished sketch or image or whatever it is to watercolor paper, so that watercolor paper is nice and fresh and just ready for the painting part of it. You could get away with it probably with acrylic, sketching right on a canvas, just because it's canvas. It's much more durable than paper. Paper's a little bit more delicate. All right, so that's this step, and I'm just transferring guidelines. And this is because we're doing hyper-realistic too. It really depends on the style of painting you do. If you'd rather do something more freehand looking or whatever, obviously you wouldn't necessarily transfer the guidelines. But because I'm doing hyper, my goal is to be as accurate as possible, while trying to control watercolor. Watercolor's pretty wild. All right, so like I see highlight kind of this area here. And definitely here. And this is just to guide me and make sure I don't paint on that highlight especially. I see something over here. I'm gonna draw that in. I don't know what it is because my highlight disappeared. Oh, it's sort of a highlight here. And this area is a bit darker. I'm just following the reference image. And now I'm just giving myself lines for the shape of the apple, because you actually want to paint as much as you can the structure of the image, even though it's a solid color. If you need to make brush strokes, try to do the brush strokes in the form of whatever it is that you're painting, because watercolors, you know, it'll settle where you paint it, so those textures will kind of stay or show through. So just try to keep that in mind when you're painting. So I'm just giving myself kind of the guidelines on how the apple's shape is, just so when I'm laying down the color, I'll be trying to paint in that way, in that form. There's like an edge over here where it's all highlight. So basically this bottom part is reflecting. There's kind of a shadow here. And then we'll just eyeball the final shadows on the table. And that's pretty much it, really. So now I want to see, you know, if I missed any lines. So I'm going to turn on the light. So you can probably barely see any lines. Let's see if this helps if I switch. Not really. All right, never mind. You can kind of see the apple. I can see it clearly, but hopefully that comes through on the. Oh, it's so blurry. All right, now that we have our guidelines, we're ready to paint the picture. Oh man, my vertical is all messed up. Hang on. I'm streaming dual, so horizontal and vertical. Oh, I still have the picture of the cherry. We'll have to switch that. All right, hang on. Let me add the green apple. I'm adding it to the vertical. No, well, no, I can't. I'm adding it to the vertical first. Turn off the cherry. Right, adjust it a little bit. That looks good. Can you see okay? I don't know if you can see. It's so hard. Streaming is so hard. Okay. You can't really see it. Let me lock things down. This is on my vertical. All right, now I'll fix my horizontal. I'm gonna add green. And there we go. All right, shrink it down. Okay, that works. Lock it down. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right. So my palette, I have some green right here. And I could erase all this, so just wet it down, wipe it. And then I have this that I started but didn't even use. So cool thing with watercolor, you can just reactivate. Everything's dry, so it's all good. All right, before I get started, I need to take a break a bit. So I'll be right back. Okay. I'm gonna take a little break. So hang on.
Don't rush the morning. The moon does not insist. The dark is not a threat to me. It is a gentle wrist. The noise falls off my shoulders like leaves let go of trees. What remains is wide and steady and breathes with ease. I am here. I am safe. Silence.
Okie dokie.
Holding me.
Okay. So when I look at the reference image, the edge over here, the very edge of it is a gray. It's actually a green gray color. It's a very, very light green. Maybe I should erase all this. All right. Okay, very easy. This is why I love a ceramic palette. You just put some water and then clean it up. And this is a dinner plate. It ended up being my favorite palette. And I have all the big ones and all kinds of palettes. All right. All right, I think that's pretty good. Hang on. Let me just make sure this is okay. Good. Okay, I think that worked. All right. All right, so the edge, the very edge, not only do because my guideline is all wonky. I don't want to use this big a brush. Maybe just this one. On the horizontal stream, you'll be able to see this other palette that I have. Right now, you're just seeing this big one. But on the if you find a horizontal stream, so on YouTube, Facebook, basically everywhere else aside from Instagram, you'll see me in the horizontal stream. YouTube is probably the best one to go to, or Twitch. Twitch, I love Twitch. All right, so the hue of this apple, like this color-ish, right? Let's mute it down a little bit. Oh, you can barely see that, but that's because I'm starting really, really light. Because especially this edge over here, it actually barely has any green to it. It's more gray because it has so much of the highlight reflection from the light, highlight from the light. More like this. And a lot of the times, a lot of people will have another piece of watercolor paper and paint on that watercolor paper just to get the color right. The color and the tone. But I think this is pretty light. I think this will work. I always get nervous because a highlight color, it's hard to get back. So, all right, so it's all through this edge of the apple. All right, so we'll do that. Where's my glasses? Can't even see that. My pencil line, or whatever it is, alloy, is darker than this highlight. So this part has darker color, so this will get covered, but I'm just not wanting to have that line, so I'm bringing it down because I know it's going to get covered. And then I just want to keep going this way. This gray color might be darker than what I'm laying down, but this stage, I'm just mapping it out. I call it mapping it out because it's easy to get lost in hyper. All right. That color goes all the way down this way. It's so hard when I can't. This is a 360 easel, so normally I can move this around. But I'm trying to do like a time-lapse thing. Ah! Hit my head on it. And right here too, it's this super light color, grayish color. And I have to be careful with the edge because it's a really crisp edge. It's the edge of the apple. So. But it also can't be just a line, right? I have to feather it out. Right, and it gets darker over here, but I always forget that I paint on this side and then I end up putting my hand on it. Try to paint this way, like, but I don't. And I mess up all the time. So now I have to use a finger to kind of brace my hand. I have actually bridges that I can lean on, but I don't need to use it right now. All right, so I gotta make that apple crisp line, because I made a line over here that's wonky. And I don't know if I can erase it. My line over here dips. Because it looks like there's a dent into the apple, which is, that's fine. Apples are natural. They can have dents. All right, all through here, it just gets, this highlight just gets covered. Okay, so this color, I think will work. I can't believe that my guidelines are darker than the highlight. All right, I don't exactly want a sharp line right here, even though it'll get covered. I'm just gonna I'm gonna paint over that just to soften that line, because this part is actually darker, but I still don't want like hard lines. The only place that I want a hard line is this highlight here. Yeah, all of this really can be colored by this color, gray, a grayish colored green. It doesn't make sense right now probably, but eventually when the painting is done, you'll maybe see why this color makes sense. Trying to erase that dent. All right.
Meant for me was never lost. It lured me in the dark.
You probably can't tell, but you can, even with this light of a color, you'll see the layers if you don't catch the hard lines like through here for me. This will all get covered over here, but I'll still paint it in. Another way to do it, yeah, is to paint the tones in this light color. Kind of like laying down a grisaille or whatever for oil. Alright, so all this, at the edges right here is that gray color. So, because it's not white. It looks white, but that's only because it's against darker greens, but it's actually more gray. The only thing really white is right here. There's a little bit of pink on the palette that's neutralizing this green. You can hardly see it, but I see it, and it's working to my advantage to make a gray. So or muted green, really. So we're doing the lightest shade because you can always layer it. So all this will get covered.
Nothing arrives after this. Nothing remains before. The moment rests inside itself and asks for nothing more.
See that line?
No
So
line
annoying.
between the breath and me. No space to cross or close. What was becoming gently stopped and simply
Trying to soften all of this right here.
no witness left to watch it, no echo left to call. The answer folded
Right.
into now.
So right there, it's more of a yellow green, right?
So it is, and so it is. No vow to make, no wish to fix. And so
This is a Winsor lemon over here.
it is as it has been. The truth requires
Pretty bright.
no ending and no beginning.
But I see a more yellowy green through here. So that's what I'm putting in.
Never open, the door was never wide. There was no distance to return from, no edge to step in.
And then, you know, it kind of blends out through here. So I'll just add that
What
through.
sought and what was waiting forgot they were two things and settled into quiet truth without a sound.
Okay, anyway, it's more yellow here than the rest of the apple. At least to me.
So it is, so it is, so it is, so it is. a soft and steady change. I almost missed it still. The night did not announce the dawn. It simply slipped away. And something I had waited for was standing in the day. No moment to declare, no line for me to cross. What came to me so easily was never.
These are all very, very light glazes. Because I'm just trying to map out like where the colors are, mainly. Too wet.
Upon the ancient stone, like breath inside the chest. It happened while I wasn't looking, while I chose to rest. I did not need
My paper's buckling.
prepared or worthy, strong or sure. The path did not require me to be anything but here.
So through here it's more green, but I still see that yellow kind of underneath right here, through here. They're all very light, light colors. I mean, light layers, I guess I should say.
No effort made, no.
I'm adding a bit of red to neutralize it so it's not so vibrant. Still not quite the color, but through here it's more green. A little wet. But that's why we do a study to learn the object, how to get it right. A little dark through here, but I'm hoping it'll look light when we get the other colors down.
Before the long road learned my feet, before the fire knew flame, it wasn't hidden from my sight, or distant, dark or far. It waited in the quiet place.
I'm just wetting this down with mainly water, just so I don't have such brush marks. I'm still going with the shape of the apple, but I'm hoping that by slightly dampening the paper that it'll spread my marks a little bit better. Trying to do a more muted green, because right here it's kind of muted for some reason. I don't know why. It must be reflecting something.
Stones beneath the traveler's feet recall each step I take.
Here's the ugly stage.
Path and I are not two things, no choice I need to make. What's meant for me remembers me before I call its name. I walk as one who's been here once and knows the road.
So in my head, I'm already painting it with the heavier layers, just kind of practicing laying it down. And to me, I feel like my brain is mapping it out, how it would guide me, you know.
This is familiar.
All right, this through here is like a yellowy color.
This is home. I walk in memory. I remember the
It's a bit bright, but whatever.
and let the
You can always tone it down.
The mind grows quiet in the trust of what no
We'll definitely need to tone it down. Right here, it's a dark green, so I'm not too worried about painting over that. I'm gonna put that dark green down just to give myself there's like this color green going on here.
Just a quiet inner turning where the question fell away. I didn't need another sign or one more.
Might be too bright.
Something in me took its seat and chose to stay inside. Not convinced, not persuaded.
Yeah, a thicker paper. So this is 140 pounds Arch hot press. Thicker paper would make this easier. But this is what we got.
I am settled in the yes. I am settled in the yes. No return to almost, no leaning into less. I am settled in the yes, like a stone within the bed of a river that has chosen where it's led. The mind may wander now and then, like clouds that pass the hill, but the ground beneath my standing does not move it still. I don't revisit what I chose or bargain with the door. The part of me that wondered once does not live here anymore. The choice is made. I remain. I stand in what is so. Settled in the yes. Settled in the yes. The body knows the truth. The breath does the rest.
Oh, Jesus. That always cracks me up. It scares me. Thanks for following. Operation Jyoti. Hi. How is it going? Thanks for following. Always cracks me up. hope you're having a wonderful Thursday.
Nothing arrived with fanfare. Nothing knocked my door. I woke inside a steadier air than I had breathed before. The light was doing what it does. The ground knew where to stay, and everything I once reached for was simply here today. No surprise to carry, no relief to
Trying really hard to get those colors in there. Slowly building it. But now it's looking all, you know, like scratchy.
This is the way things are. This is the way things are. No wishing, no becoming, no near and no far. This is the way things are, like night becoming dawn. Nothing changed, and yet somehow all the waiting's gone. I don't remember crossing lines or stepping into new. The world just softened at the edges and let me move right through. What used to feel exceptional now breathes beneath my skin. The miracle grew ordinary and lives within. This feels familiar. This feels right. I belong here. The way things are. The way things right.
So, okay, that brightness, brighter color actually goes through here.
This is the way things are. This is the way things are. No wishing, no becoming, no near and no far. This is the way things are, like night becoming dawn. Nothing changed, and yet somehow all the waiting's gone.
And then like a bit more muted, slightly muted, is down here. So put a little bit of the, what do you call it? Complementary color, but very, very subtly. I don't know if that's the color. It's a little dirty looking. Maybe more water. I'm always scared.
For signs I should begin. The ground beneath me answers before the thought comes in. No keeping watch for movement, no measuring.
I have this harsh line right here.
What's meant to hold me steady is already inside.
I don't know if I can get it off.
I don't lean into tomorrow or replay yesterday. The moment learned how to keep me and asked me to stay. I rest in the knowing, I rest in the knowing, like the body knows the breath without being shown it. I rest in the knowing, no proof, no crowning, just the quiet truth that needs no sounding.
Excuse me.
The heart remembers
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
before it learned to race.
Hopefully that dries okay.
Urgency and time picked up its pace. What's real does not demand me or call me to defend. It settles like a steady hand and holds me till the end.
My paper is buckling, so you see a glare.
All is well,
Maybe if that might be better.
all is hell.
Ah,
I am safe. Resting, resting in the knowing.
I know that this line over here is harder. Oh, you can't really see the reference image, huh? I'm good. How are you? Oh, sorry. Sorry if I didn't see your chat sooner. I'm good. Just like trying to figure out this apple so I can teach it more better. But I tend to complicate things more than they need to be, or at least when I'm first trying to figure something out. Okay, what color is this? It's a little too vibrant green. See, this is why it's important to have a white ceramic palette, because then you can see the colors a little easier. Because plastics, they tend to stain. Not that it's a super big deal if you're doing like other style of painting, like plein air or
I loosen my
washes over ink lines, you know. But when you're trying to do hyper,
its face
it's a little bit more important. Or at least it makes it a lot easier
to try.
when you can see the colors.
The chase dissolved into stillness. The wanting learned to sleep. And what I thought I had to find remembered where I'd be. I stopped leaning forward and the world leaned in. sought now seeks me without a sound or sign. No longer something I move toward, it moves in perfect time.
Okay.
Like rain that knows the waiting field, like breath that finds the chest. What's meant to meet me finds its way without a single test. I don't announce availability or call across the sea. The tide responds to quiet shores that already agree. I allow. I receive.
It's a really gray green on that edge.
The meeting is complete. What I sought, what I sought, what I sought. What I sought now seeks me. What I sought now seeks.
Can't really see it because of the glare.
Seeking, finding, no difference now.
It's really, I'm just putting it in, but very light what I have.
I no longer clutch the river or paddle toward the sea.
I see the same kind of
Current knows its
tone and color over
own
here.
carries
I'm just
me
trying to match it.
No longer do I measure or watch for what will come. The tide holds me like a child and hums a quiet drum. I can release the wandering and let the moment stay. The shape of what is coming already cradles me today. Held by the outcome, held by the outcome. I rest inside the flow and let it bring me home.
Okay.
Held by the outcome, no need to guide, no fear. It meets me where I am and always has been near.
Ah,
The wind may whisper sideways, the leaves may shift and fall, but all I need has found my hands without
vibrant.
I simply breathe inside. I am carried. I am low.
Really neutral. And it'll work for like way down here.
I am enough, held by the outcome, held by the outcome. Nothing to earn, nothing to prove. Mist on the old stone ground, wind through the
Ah,
feathered crown, ancestors hum below. What was once dream now grows. I walked with a hopeful heart, laid my prayers in the dark. Time bent, the door swung wide, the seed remembered the sky. What I asked was heard, what I hoped was known. The path revealed itself when I let go. Thank you for the wishes fulfilled. Thank you for the promise revealed.
I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
Imagine now is real. I bow to the turning wheel. Thank you, thank you, thank you for what has come to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you for flowing back to Drum of the distant hill, pulse of the sacred still, breath moves the ancient name, fire and water the same. What I release return, what I trusted learned. The asking was never loud, it was face steady and bowed. Shanti, 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 I receive, I remember. wishes fulfilled. Thank you for the path revealed. What was unseen now is sealed in grace, in breath, in fear. Gratitude for the dawn. Gratitude when night is gone. What was cold has crossed the sea. And gently now lives in you.
Nice art. Thank you, Alien Seals. How are you doing? Sorry if I missed your guys' chats. I just kind of get focused on something, and then there's all the timing that's involved in watercolor too. So if you don't know what I'm sort of kind of doing, I'm wetting my brush, right? And then I dry it off of this linen over here. And then I'm using it like a sponge. And I'm kind of scrubbing at the same time too. And I'm trying to lift off some pigment over here because it's more of a gray color right here. And then, you know, so I'm kind of annoyed at all the lines that I've created, but all good, whatever. Watercolor is not the easiest thing. That's why it takes so much practice.
I do not force the current, I do not pull the tide. The river has remembered I am already inside. Aligned without asking, aligned without asking. Life flows through me gently and I do not need to command it. Aligned without asking, aligned without asking.
Look at that harsh line right here. My goodness.
On the stone, I need not chase the moments, they find me as their own. The dance of all creation moves in and moves around, and I, a quiet witness, am both lost and found.
I don't know. I think I should let it dry because there's so much. I can't tell if the color is right because you know how watercolor will dry lighter. That's what's going on. So right here, it's like It's a dark grayish green, really. Hold on. So obviously that's phthalo green. It's really a very, very strong color. Nothing on this apple is that color. Okay, so this is a darker green. I mean, I know where it goes. I'm scared to put it down. Oh, funny. Here, we'll put it down slowly. So there's this color, right? And it kind of goes around. But there's also just slightly a bit more muted. Not quite that. Yeah, it's about this color. All right, so I'm gonna wet the area because I'm nervous.
I thought the day would be enough. I thought the sky would stay. But what
All right, so I've wet the area, and it's about like a satin level. And I know that this color goes here. Dark. I need more pigment right here. Trying to charge it, but not really spreading, so I have to help it out. So it's just a light layer of that color that I'm seeing right there, and I'm seeing it down here too, so I'm gonna add it a little bit here. Now I'm just looking at like where else do I see this kind of tone-ish color. That's my attempt. Oh, it's on this side too. Kinda, sorta. Like through here. Ish. don't like how this is looking such like a line. Ah! Now it's too dark. Dang it. Oh well. I'll try to lift that later. It's not that dark. Dang it. Okay, hold on. See, you can correct things in watercolor easily. I will try to redo that later. Okay, so now just keep kind of adding where I see this color and tone.
Turned in silent streams. The wind that passed my quiet hand was carrying my dreams. No force, no plan, no need. The world aligns with me. Each heartbeat finds its echo in every tree and sea. The field responded, the field responded. I am in the rhythm of all that moves around me. The field responded, the field responded. Each thought I held quietly became reality.
I have my cat's hair all over.
The sky leaned low to meet the earth, the rivers bent to greet, and everything that I had known felt whole beneath my feet. I did not call, I did not push, I simply let it be, and in the still silent pulse found its way to me.
we just keep trying. I don't like this line. I mean, it's starting to show up.
Stepped outside the counting, the ticking learned to rest. Moments loosened all their edges and did what they do best. What once felt late or early lost meaning in the flow. The clock forgot to hurry, and everything said go. I was never out of season, never out of place. The waiting was a kindness that taught me how to stay. Time bent for me. Time bent for me. Not to rush the hour, but to set me free. Time bent for me, like it always knew. The moment I became the one, the wind did too. The past relaxed its holding, the future softened fast. What mattered met me gently and didn't ask to pass. I didn't chase a moment,
So scritchy.
behind the door, arrive already open, right on time.
color theory? Well, okay. Really, all it is if you can understand the primaries, of course, right? And then also look into CMYK for like the printers, what the printers use and why they use the colors that they use. And then complementary colors. I don't know, eventually. And then get a color wheel too. Basically, you get a little that you get a little this and bam, you got that. Basically. Yeah. Basically, so you have a green, right? And you need like over here, I need a darker green. And the colors I have are these colors. To make them even darker, I would add a complementary. I could do it that way, or I could just add more pigment, and that would make it darker too, because they're transparent, so they get dark. But if I need a muted green, like this green over here, like a shadow, there's a shadow color in the reference image. So I still haven't achieved that. It's like it's almost like gray, blackish color. And but in watercolor, I have to go slow because I don't want to go too far. Although you can lift it, like you saw me lift that whole line on this side, you know, so it's not like it's impossible. But I go slow. So like sometimes I feel so bad that I'm live streaming because it's like, you know, it's like so slow. But at least you guys get to see like the struggles I go through and how you would lift it and correct it and stuff. Yeah, and that's the closest thing to learning it without actually doing it. I have James Mark Color and Light. I don't know what that is. James Mark. Art isn't meant to be rushed. Oh, I know, right? You're right. It's true. I mean, I can't. Oh, you know, it's so weird because I'm so like I was rewarded for doing things last minute. So when things don't turn out right away, I get kind of discouraged and frustrated and annoyed. Okay, so I don't know if you saw me doing this, but this green is made up of, well, I had a lot of phthalo green here because I was going to do something else and I wanted to use it. So I neutralized it and added more green by adding sap green and olive green just to get a neutralized green. And so here I'm mixing like what I think the shadow color is right here. And it's the same kind of color as the bottom, just a little lighter, right? You see the dark, very warm, kind of blackish brown for the shadow. So I'm using the colors that's already in the apple to create that kind of tone and color. So I had this green, which was a mixture of all these three greens. And I added, what is this? Permanent rose to it. That's what I've been using to neutralize. And I could have used any of these reds, really. Just to reach whatever shadow or shade that I want. So anyway, I was doing that, and then I'm going to add it right here. Sometimes when you read a book about drawing, I feel like I'm not capable of drawing. Oh, it's all a skill. Everything's a skill. You know, you have to do it to get it. Because you can only read so much, and you can only listen to somebody talk about it so much. and it won't really make sense until you do it. So I added that shadow, right? And I'm trying to not have so much like line. And watercolor is, if you push too hard, like this whole area is damp. So if I have a brush that's sharp, that is stiff, it's gonna, like, it's even doing it right here. It's gonna move that pigment too much. So that's why people use squirrel hair, because that's soft, and goat hair is really soft. So that you're not disturbing the pigment and you're letting it dry where you want it to. But it's kind of difficult when it's wet. That's why when you layer, for a lot of beginners, you should wait till it's dry and then you put your next layer. But I'm impatient. So I'm really trying to be gentle because I need this to go down. But my brush, look how messed up that looks. So my brush, if it's too dry, it's gonna work like a sponge and lift the pigment. But if it's too wet, it's gonna dump too much water and it's gonna make a bloom. So it's a lot easier to just layer when something, you know, make sure the bottom layer that you're layering on is dry, so it's easier. But right now I'm like totally messing up this whole thing. But that's part of the fun. Because now that's gonna like attract the eye, right? Like your eye goes right to it because it looks like a scar or something. But I have to try to blend that in and still match with the reference image. So scary. I don't know. We'll let it dry and I can layer on top of that. I don't know. But there's that kind of shadow right there on the reference image, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. Maybe it goes up higher, like here-ish. I don't know, something like that. Ooh, this is definitely, well, this is just the first day too, so it's gonna be in its ugly stage for a bit. Color theory, how to get to the... Yeah, the fastest way to learn color theory is if you were trying to do hyper or something realistic, to where you really have to get as close as possible. That's the fastest way because that's the most practice you're gonna get, where there's an expectation for you to meet the goal. Otherwise, it's just like, oh, it's okay. It's close enough. I'm like trying to be, oh no, it's too green right here. I don't know. It's good enough. I think I need to glaze more yellowy green right there. Ah, my brush is too wet. That's okay. I like guide the water away so it doesn't bloom, hopefully. Dang. I don't know. I'll mess with that on tomorrow. Right now it looks so like scribbly, scratchy. I'm hoping that by glazing like tomorrow that it's gonna slowly settle that down, hopefully. Okay, so these edges here is not quite bright white. The only bright white really is like around here. But the rest of this is kind of not so white. I'm just going to soften the edges here and push it into that. Ah! Went a little too far. Very easy to go too far. Paper towel, hurry!
The hands loosened what they held, the shoulders learned to drop.
Something like that.
The mind stopped checking every door and finally stopped.
This.
The road does not require me to prove I've come this far. The fire keeps on burning without my watchful heart. No final step to measure, no vow I need.
It'll get more layers, so hopefully it'll look more solid.
Moment doesn't ask me to be anything.
I still need to worry about black and white variation. I heard that black shadows isn't really black, more like bluish. I guess it works for green too. Black, it's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't know what the thing is about like being against a black pigment. There's nothing wrong with having a black pigment. You can shift it any way you want to go just by adding other pigments to it. So, but yeah, you can make a black out of 3 primary colors. My favorite black is French ultramarine and burnt sienna, but because this apple doesn't really have blue, I'm just using my greens, and the complementary to that is red. So those are the 2 I'm using to go dark or light or make shadows with. Black is very cool, but people mostly use blue for shadows and such. It really depends. Shadows are whatever color they are. Like this shadow for this apple is a warm shadow. Like it has a brown tint to it, and when it comes out, then it might go blue, but not really. I think it's still brown. And shadows can be any color. It can go blue. There's red shadows. Like I'll show you this cherry. Where's the cherry? Now I didn't do a good job on the shadows, but so where is it? So this shadow has red because there's reflection from the cherry. So the shadows has reddish color to it. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't tell because the cherry is so red, but there is reflection of the cherry onto the table. So there's a red tint to that. And then this one is gonna be more brown. Probably because the lighting is a yellow lighting. I don't know. Yeah. yeah, you can have cold shadows, which is bluer shadows, or warm shadows, which is goes into the browns and red. So it's all wet right here. So I don't even want to mess with it anymore. I think it's best if I let this dry. And then I'll know what areas need what. I'm mainly focused on this part of the painting. I'm not even anywhere near that part up there. But I like how it's looking like there's a shape to it. It's really cool. Alfonso done. Yeah, I'm not much of a reader. I mean, I'll read. I'll listen to audiobooks. And the only way to learn how to do it, if you want to do it, if you want to be painting and creating a painting, you have to do it to understand what the words mean. Because it's one thing to kind of have the theory, but you have to apply it. I don't like, yeah, this all needs to be corrected. It's so not smooth. I'm already like, let's fix this. I could kinda, I think. How and was your art journey? I don't know. I guess it's the same as everybody else. You know, you start, you stop, you start, you stop. Need to smooth that. I don't want a line right there. When I first started watercolor, I quit because it was so hard. And I thought it was easy. I thought because kids did it, it was the easiest medium to get back into art with. And it just kicked my butt. And then my coworker showed me his uncle's gallery online because he was a professional watercolor artist. And I was just amazed at what watercolor can do. I had no idea it could do hyper realistic watercolor, which is what I wanted to do ultimately. But I just wanted to get back into art. And I chose watercolor, and then I tried using it for hyper, you know, just typical, like drawing a circle, a sphere, right? And I couldn't do that because I didn't know that when you add another layer, if it's too wet, it's going to move the pigments around. I didn't know. And I had no idea what I was doing. Plus the paper that I had wasn't designed. I mean, it said watercolor sketchbook. And it'll work for certain styles, but the style I was trying to do definitely wasn't built for. So I wanted to quit, and I did. I said that I was just not gonna get into art, and I'm just gonna, you know, choose something else. Go back to, so I was in colored pencils and pastels, hard pastels, like Conte and charcoal. And I was just going to get back into that. But I really wanted to do painting. And I didn't want to do oils or acrylic because they were messy and so much cleanup. And I don't know. Watercolor just seemed like the easiest one. But then it wasn't. It wasn't the easiest one. but I eventually learned it. You know, I found people. Looks like there's a dent right here. Oh yeah, it was stressful, very stressful. When I was doing it by myself. Because again, I'm used to like doing something last minute and accomplishing something great, right? And I was not getting there with watercolor by myself. So I found teachers. I learned from like, I don't know, 5 different teachers, and just started painting. And now I help other beginners, which I'm excited about. So pretty. Yeah, you have to have a love for it. If it's, you know, if you don't have the desire to learn something, don't bother, I guess. You hate perspective, then draw things without perspective. Just do your thing. I mean, you don't have to do anything, really. It's so pretty. Right here, look at that mess. But I'll cover it. It will get fixed. See? All right, so anyway, that first stream I gotta go. Okay, I'll see you later. Have a good day. Have a great Thursday. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday, right? All right, I don't want so much a line. So trying not to have a line here. This needs to all be painted anyway. Looking good, not bad for a first day, right? Looks pretty good. Okay, Macalinda. Hi. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Hi, Maria. Maria Arcina 762. Hi. How are you doing today? Maybe I'll put the stem in really quick just to give it that different contrast. So it's very brown. All right. Where will I put it? I guess I'll put it here where the burnt sienna is. That would make the most sense. 4? No, let's use 2. So I've been painting this painting. So this is Arsh hot press, 140 pounds. The paints are Winsor and Newton Professional watercolor paints. And the brushes I've been using are silver black velvet brushes, which I highly recommend. They're really great. I am very impressed with them. I have been using DaVinci, the different kinds of DaVinci, mainly Series 35, Series 11, and their mop brushes, which I don't have here. Hold on. So this is my case of favorite brushes. So these are my Series 35s. These are the mop brushes, which are Petite Degree Per Series 418. And then I have even tinier, the Micro Maestros. And then I have silver black velvet brushes, the Kolinsky mop. And then I also use DaVinci Nova. So when I corrected this edge, that was with a DaVinci Nova Series 122, which is either a flat or a bright. I'm not sure. So I have 2 of them. I have this size, and then I have the smaller size, wherever it is. So these 2 I use as my corrector brushes. So if there's really something like a line or a whole area that I need to correct, it's usually this. It's fairly gentle. I mean, it's definitely a lot stiffer, so you have to be careful, but it's good at like kind of agitating a line if it's too harsh, and then using your paper towel to kind of remove pigment, right? So it makes a good, for me, it makes a good corrector brush because it's not too harsh. And that's how I roll. Oh yeah, and earlier in the video, I have this DaVinci squirrel brush that has the silver tip, which is made by Ethergraph. And that's what I used for the lines, the guidelines, so that I didn't have to lift the graphite. I think that's everything. If you have any questions, let me know. This is over here. I need to put these brushes away. Actually, I need to wash them. So normally I'll wash my brushes, and then when I'm ready to put them away, I'll use this watercolor, or not watercolor, brush soap. It's for all kinds of medium, oil or acrylic. And then what I'll do is, what are these? I don't know, there's crystals. But I'll roll it, and then so I'll have soap on the bristles to help it keep its shape, its point, and then it'll dry like that. And then I just rinse it off when I'm ready to use it. What is all this mess? I might have to buy a new one. We'll see. Alright. I want to get this to dry so that I can put the next layer on without having so much trouble with the pigment moving around. Oh yeah, we were gonna do the stem real quick, just to give it, just so we can see where we're going. Right now I've just put down the first layers, so I'm not too worried about like balancing the tones and all that yet, although I've slowly been doing that along the way. Where's my number 2? Oh no. I miss brushes all the time. Misplace them. Did I drop it? Don't roll over it. Don't damage it. Although I did order more brushes. As if I need more brushes. But I was just so impressed with the silver black velvet that I ordered more of the... I even ordered a 0, size 0. The smallest I have is a 2, which is missing right now. So I'll just use a 4. It's a little big for the area I need to do, but whatever. All right, so we're gonna make a puddle for that stem, and that stem, it's not quite this orangey brown, right? It's more chocolate brown, really. All right, so what's the opposite of orange? The complementary of orange. So orange you make with yellow and red. And the third primary is blue. So you would use blue to neutralize an orange color. My favorite blue is French ultramarine. So we're just going to add a little bit of that, and it'll go neutral and darker a little bit. So now you have a chocolate colored brown. And that's how you would adjust color. Now, so when I teach, I zoom in with the camera. I zoom into what I'm doing. But for live streams, I just kind of keep everything the same because I want to do a time lapse. And then I want to do a voice over that time lapse. All right, so anyway, so that's the general color of the stem, right? Except there are areas of it that's a little bit more orange color than the rest of it. Like the tip of it, let me zoom this in for you so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, we're just gonna focus on the stem. Oh man, I ruined my time lapse. I'll just cut this out. All right. So I don't know if you can tell. So the stem. Oh, you won't see my my mouse, so you don't even see what I'm pointing at. But the stem, it has the dark browns like up here, and this is just a light color. I can always paint over this. So the light, this color is like up here, right? There's dark browns, and then there's a lot of white highlights basically around the top part here. So I'm just gonna make, you know, some circles because that's what it looks like to me. Bunch of circles, like the edge, the end, the cut end of that stem. You know, so you're painting, you're just suggesting, right, these forms in your painting. So yeah, so this top part, you know, has that brown color, and then that brown color is, you know, some of it's down here. So you just kind of add it where you see it. There's like some streaks of it here, right? But then the rest of it is a bit more, it actually leans more orange. And instead of using burnt sienna, I'm gonna go for a yellow ochre. Because to me, it's more yellow ochre than orange. So already you're getting closer. I mixed it with this burnt sienna and a little bit of French ultramarine. Oh man, I'm covering what I'm doing. All right, let me shrink this back down. Okay. So it's just a light version of it. And to make a light version of it, and I don't mean light like with white, I mean light as in less pigment than you will end up with. So it's more water than pigment. just so it'll lay down a very light color. All right, so there's this orange, not orange, but a lighter brown color that's happening. Now, because it's a lighter brown, that dark brown you can paint on top of it and it'll overpower it. So you could actually just paint this whole thing this lighter brown color, because that dark brown, you can paint over it with that. And I'm just going to add it up here just because I need to kind of cover this and just have some white highlights up there. All right, so the stem has this yellow ochre, more yellow ochre to it on this side where the light's hitting it. So you just add that in. And it's really understanding how wet your paper is, because you'll need to know how that paint is going to spread. All right, so it's that orangey color, right? And I'm not going to put in every like fleck of highlight on that stem. This is too small of a painting to worry about all that. Oh, I don't have my number 2. So this is right now the smallest silver black velvet brush available to me. But I need a smaller brush to draw in those. I want to add more streaks. So I'm going to use this Maestro brush. All right, and then I'm going to use this darker brown color to start putting in just some lines, just some suggestion of streaks or whatever. So I noticed on the reference image, so I have it zoomed in on my monitor and I'm looking at it, right? So I have it zoomed in so I can see more details of it. And at the very, very back of it is a very dark line, dark brown. So that's what I'm putting in. And you just follow the reference image, really. With a small brush, it's so hard to control the water. So you have to know how much water is in your brush. You kind of have to use your palette and how the paint is moving to know the thickness or the viscosity of the paint on that brush. This is why you have to paint, because you have to feel, kind of get a sense of how much water is actually on the bristles. You know, you can't, I don't know. It's too difficult to explain everything. You kind of have to paint to understand what the explanations are of whatever it is that you're learning from, like whatever teacher. You have to paint so that you understand what they're talking about better. You just have a better understanding. Your brain, help your brain. Help your brain understand. I'm just putting in like suggestions, just, you know, streaks, really. And you know, you just work on it until you like how it looks. And that's really all it is, really. But it does take focus and dedication and all that. But it's not any more difficult than anything else. You know, you just put the time and effort into it. Trying to make that more believable. I'm just kind of dabbling in here. All right. It's hard to see because I have it zoomed out. But I'm putting in the shadow just where that cut is. It's kind of curved out, so there are shadows just underneath it, kind of like that. I don't know if you can see that. It's so far away. Okay, so this side of the stem is darker brown. This is this a Kolinsky? I think it is. The bristles on this is stiffer, so it's pushing the pigments around, which is I don't want. But it's my smallest brush right now. Well, that's not really true. I can use this one. So this is a 00. A 00 series 11. All right. I just want to glaze right here. Just to kind of hint at that it's a circle, right? The light's reflecting right here, so it's lighter. And then this is the shadow part where the light can't get to it. So I'm trying to give it that 3D look, just like the reference. I'm just following the reference, really. And then right here, it kind of goes a little bit lower. Alright. Anyway, very stemmy. Looks like a stem. Yay. And that's all wet. I needed to tone down because it's not white right there, right? So I just needed to tone that down. this will all get dark, and then you'll see the line over here. Oh man. I wish I could zoom in. But we'll fix that tomorrow, or we'll work on it tomorrow. Let this dry. It's looking pretty good. Looks pretty cool. This looks so sharp. Like it's focused on that stem, and it's not really that way in the reference. I might have to, well, actually no, I'm not going to blur it because in the reference that is really focused. But we'll work on this area tomorrow. Maybe soften all the scratchy look to it. Okay. Well, it is, oh, it's 12:30. It's actually past my time. Looks good though. I love it. Looking really good. Before I go, if you guys haven't seen the other ones we were working on, I started in January. I started back live streaming January. I've been on and off live streaming for like 2 years. Okay, so let me back this up. That's as far as it'll go. Okay, so there's the orchid that we did. The other, was it before this one? No, we did a cherry before that one. Anyway, so there's the rose for Valentine's Day that we did. There's the orchid. And then last week we did the cherry. There, was that better? I love how this turned out because I wasn't even really like paying super close attention. I was just kind of, oh, this color's there. Oh, this, it needs to be darker here. And, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I wasn't really, like, really focused on it. And it turned out so cool. It looks really good. I'm really happy with it. And there's the cherry. Super shiny. Super plump. And then the shadows. The shadows were hard to do. And then we have this rose. A rosebud. That's what we started with in February. And then we did these other two for February. And then in January, where is my, oh no, oh here. In January, we did snowman. I did these last year, and it took me so long to find reference images of what scenes to do that I created my own set of reference images this year. But these three I did last year. I was playing around with like a tie-dye look for hat and scarf. But this year I picked out my own set of reference images, created them, and painted them. So there's these two, and then these two. They were so fun to do. And these guys, this one's my favorite. And couple. I have single, like, you know, one snowman in an image, and then couples, and then families. So next January, we'll start up the snowman again and paint them. I want it to be like an every January thing, and then like in February, do flowers. And then March, do smooth type of subjects. Smooth skin subjects, like that cherry, which we did last week. And it took so quick too. I was surprised how quick it did. So in March, we started with this cherry. Smooth skinned subject. And this apple is turning out really good. really like how it turns out. Okay, so we'll work on it. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I do Monday through Friday. 10 a.m. Pacific time is when I start. And then usually paint till noon. Unless I get questions, then I end up painting for longer. Because I'm trying to answer questions, trying to help out. But yeah, there we go. I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe and all that so you catch when I'm coming on. And it helps with the algorithm gods. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. How come this doesn't say? I don't even know if we should raid anybody in Twitch. I don't know who's here. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Chat. Are these people unfollowing me? I'm trying to find someone to raid. I don't really know too many people. I need to meet more people on Twitch. Okay, so we will just come back tomorrow, 10 a.m. hang out if you can. Or you can watch the replays and see what happened. You can even like scrub through. But yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow. So let me switch my music and I will take off. Turn this down.
Clock keeps asking why you still here. You take one more note to the mirror. Every day talk so
all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Feels like a crowd, but your hands still shaking. Time to something bigger in your mind. Keep the faith in your dreams when the world feels heavy at the seams. When it all falls apart, hold the picture in your heart. Keep the faith in your dreams even when they laugh, when they leave, when the night feels too long. You're the one who proves it wrong. But stop rain soaks your plan. You hum that line only you understand. Friends move on to the safer track. You feel that pull and you pull right back. Every never, every wait writes you off as coming late. But your fire doesn't check the time. It just burns and calls it light. Keep the faith in your dreams when the world feels heavy at the seams. When it all falls apart, hold the picture in your heart. Keep the faith in your dreams even when they left, when they leave, when the night feels too long. You're the one who proves it. One small step on a quiet Tuesday. One small yes when it all says walk away. Close your eyes, breathe it in, then 3. Say if it takes all night, it still takes me. Keep the faith in your dreams when the world feels heavy at the seams. When it all falls apart, hold the picture in your heart. Keep the faith in your dreams even when they laugh, when they leave, when the night feels too long. You're the one who proves it wrong. One who proves it wrong. Skyline's calling out my name. A rebel heart, no one to tame. Footsteps echo, breaking ground. Lost and found, lost and found. Mirror whispers who you gonna be. Shadows fade, who believe. Choose the dream, don't let it go. You got the fire, let it show. World's wide open, take the lead. It's your short steps now, but the road is long. Eyes ahead, don't you look behind. The future is yours to redesign. Choose the dream, let it go. You got the fire, let it show. World wide open, take the lead. It's your choice, your soul, your creed. Choose the dream, don't let it go. You got the fire, let it show. World wide open, take the lead. It's your choice, your soul, your creed. Morning breaks, the fire's alive. Every heartbeat says survive. Walls you built are breaking free. Step through shadows into destiny. Every doubt will fade away in time. Your tomorrow waits for you to shine. When the silence cuts like steel at night, and every step still feels like a fight. Hold the flame, don't let it die. The darkest storm still clear the sky. If the world won't give you space, build your kingdom, claim your place. Every stumble writes your name in gold. This is the story only you can hold. Choose the dream, don't let it go. You got the fire, let it show. World's wide open, take the lead. It's your choice, your soul, your creed. Choose a dream through blood and tears. A voice inside is loud and clear. Nothing stronger than belief. It's your life, your fire, your creed. I walk this road, my shadow's my guide. No need for a map, got my fire inside. Every step I take, it feels so alive. The beat in my chest says go, go, go. The voice in my head says grow, grow, grow. I have trust in myself, I can't fall apart. I believe in my soul, I believe in my heart. When the world says stop, just restart. I have trust in myself, I believe in my heart. Mirror on the wall, it knows my name. Every crack and flaw, I love just the same. I don't need the rules, I make my own game. The beat in my chest says go, go, go. The voice in my head says grow, grow, grow. I have trust in myself, I can't fall apart. I believe in my soul, I believe in my heart. When the world says stop, just restart. I have trust in myself, I believe in my heart. They said the sky was too high to touch,